What's up, everybody? This is Todo Loco Pop Your Collar. You gotta check out this podcast. It's on fire. Usually having Unliited. So when you check it out, you gotta go like this, you feel me? Ah.
What the fuck? I always gotta fuck up something.
Hello.
There we are.
What's up?
Yeah, that's my son Juan when he was a kid.
Awesome, man.
He was a wild little motherfucker.
Did he even know what that meant?
Oh yeah, he was saying it at the time. That fortunately or unfortunately for him, his dad was a little wild at the time. You know, I was about 26, maybe 27-ish or a little older. So I kind of promoted him being a fucking wild ass. You know, I was like, yeah, my little son's fucking crazy.
That's right. My cousin did that shit too. My cousin had his little son with a rat tail all the way down his
Yeah, but I'm glad I
earrings.
moved out of that environment and changed my lifestyle because he was able to grow up a normal kid.
Right. That's
Hey, love the channel, and we'll check this out live. New subscriber here, and hope to hear from all of y'all. Dre, the Greek geek dad. One love.
One love, brother.
One love. All right, we got a homie in the house. What up, Puto? Happy Wednesday.
What Puto you talking about, man? Doesn't Cobra Dad look good from being resurrected 1 week later? Shit.
I'm saying, right? I mean, it's that good Santeria my old lady works up with.
She did some good Santeria. That was fresh blood, man.
Wait. She used the real good fucking transformer. Remember, she used the head of a transformer to fucking
and goats and chickens and
and I got little
Pokemon cards,
Pokemon and all that good shit. Oh hell yeah! All right, let's bless this episode with a motherfucking a toca así, like my carnale, rest in peace. He would say a rompe.
Rompe.
That's what he would call taking a hit of weed. A rompe.
A rompe.
Yeah, that's that Spanglish, bro.
Yeah, it's like take a break, right? Rompe, break. Rompe esa chocha, right?
Yeah, take a hit, take a break. A rompe.
I said something else.
Yeah, and then we used to, because I had a chat room where we'd be all live on it and drinking and shit, but it wouldn't be broadcast. It was a private chat. It was called the Bud Bros, and we would call it rompe. Yeah, Bud Bros, baby.
Oh, okay. We
that's where Cobra Dad. That's where Cobra Dad originated from. And then I had a whole 2,000 followers, subscribers, all kind of shit. Anyway,
what happened with that?
Before we took, well, that YouTube channel got iced out by YouTube.
Oh.
I had 2,000 subscribers, and I would get 1,200 views every video I dropped back in the day. Anyway,
too hot for YouTube.
Yeah. But anyway, before we would take the bong rip, we would say listo.
Mm-hmm.
So I already just took the bong rip. Might as well take another.
Listo is like, are you ready? Right?
You ready? And then and then you go, hey, let's take a rompe. And then we get our bongs ready, right? And then, like right now, I'm gonna take a rompe, get my bong ready, and now, para mi carnale, rest in peace.
Amen.
Rest in peace, Big Quag. Fuck cancer.
Amen.
Listo.
Fuck that shit, man. There we go. Rompe.
Yeah, my carnale passed away 2 years ago from cancer, unfortunately. But he rode that bitch till the wheels fall off, like he would say. All right, I want to start out the show by shouting out a very kind and a very young lady named Rosa.
Oh,
She
Rosa.
works at Rosalina.
Like Rosa.
Anyway, I'm not going to be a creep because she was very young and I'm very old. And I'm not going to say she was a cutie. So, but anyway.
You just did. Oh my God.
Rosa, shout out to you at the fucking Monument GameStop by Kohl's for helping me grade my cards.
Oh, okay.
helping me get the info that I needed to fucking re-up my game membership so that I get perks grading my card. Shout out to her for being interested in hopefully watching the show tonight because she said she was dying laughing when I told her about the fucking the latte.
Oh yeah, food poisoning.
And then I told her
latte
about
of death.
yeah, and then I told her about the next episode where my wife called in and y'all played like I was dead. She's like, I gotta go see that, right?
Damn, that show sounds good.
Yeah, and then she goes, and then my wife said something about Santeria, right? And she just stops cold and she goes, "You know Santeria?" And I was like, "No, it was the joke." And then she's like, "No, seriously, you know Santeria?" And I was like, "No, honey. Let's just get back to grading cards, sweetheart." But anyway, shout out.
She was looking for some help.
She was looking for my fresh blood, nigga. Anyway,
no, she's looking for someone who knows Santeria to get the man she wants.
Posible, bro. She wanted the love potion 99.
Yeah. What every chick wants? That love potion.
Yeah, they be putting that period blood in the spaghetti.
The spaghetti. Yo, what cards are these anyway? What cards are you getting graded?
Oh, some good ones. So my wife and I, over the period of about 4 or 5 years of hold on, let me get to the comics. For the fucking all our busting and doing the show. Hold on, he's cock knocker.
He's got some good shit.
Yeah, Tony's butt bros.
Get with it.
Bud bros.
I think that butt is missing a T. There you go.
He right taking rumps with the butt bros. Tony's got a love potion 99. He don't need no Santeria.
That's right. You saw it last 2 weeks ago.
That East Coast swag. Well, you Boricua, right?
Yeah, Chinese.
Yeah, you ain't no Mexicano. You Boricua. Yeah, y'all motherfuckers be doing goats and shit.
Yes.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
Chickens.
That Haitian voodoo and shit.
No, that's part of it, man. It all trickles down from Haitian.
Yeah.
Like the I forgot the saints and stuff. They
have
names for them. Yeah, it's crazy. Actually, I do have family members that do practice Santeria, but they call them white priest.
Yeah, they're supposed to be like warlocks, but good ones.
Right, but they know both shits. It all depends.
So I sent in an alternate art Slow King. I sent in an alternate art Calyrex VMAX. I sent in a gold Charizard EX.
Okay, that's the only one I need the name of Charizard. So these are Pokemon cards.
Yeah, Poke cards. I sent in a Celebrations Charizard. I sent in a 151 War Turtle. I sent in a 151 Squirtle. I sent a 151 Zapdos. I sent a Obsidian Flames Charizard. I made sure.
When are you gonna get those Skylanders graded? From 10 cents to $1.
Hey, bro, but peep game. Cobra's no punk. I'm a hustler. All my doubles that I've been acquiring through these fucking through these deals, I threw them in a bag. I put them on the table this weekend. Motherfucker, I made $20 off Skylanders.
Oh, you're flipping them.
I had some return on my investment. Play, y'all.
Nice, smart. Local,
yeah.
Or
I sent a 6-inch Squirtle once. What did it come back? A 10?
It went straight down the toilet bowl.
Yeah, so I have some more other bangers that I wanted to get graded, but when I observed them, we call them like say there's more on the right, and then it's centered wrong. So like it was a little right heavy, meaning on the right side it's fatter, and then on the left side it's like fucking thinner. So some of those hitters, like I wish I could have sent in this Misty card because it would turn into a fucking $400 card if I got a 10. But it's super top heavy. So it would come back like an 8, and it's not worth sending the grade.
Yeah, you got to pay for each of these.
Yeah, so I made sure they were all kind of centered right. The backs were centered right. No creases in the corners. All the texture was clean. So, but I'm not reselling these. These are coming back to solidify in me and my wife's collection that we got these hoes and these motherfuckers are real. You feel me?
Oh, that's nice. That's cool.
So it's a little off, just like
family
Cobra.
hobby.
Yeah, it's a little off, just like Cobra.
He's a little fat. He's a little fat on top.
Yeah, it's a little top heavy. Oh, but I like them. But I like some bottom heavy. That's legit.
Pear shapes.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, we got to do
that. All right.
Today.
So in about I'd say 10 to 15 minutes, we will be joined by Mr. Dylan Gray from Flying Colors. We'll be talking on some fucking comic books. We'll be talking about this whole Jim Lee epidemic that's going on at my LCS. And I guess in the meantime, my friend, why don't we do our snacks?
All right.
Let me grab something to drink in the palate. What do you got tonight?
I got a candy. Did you get another latte? Fresh?
Yeah. That definitely got happening again, bro.
You got whole
again. No, I treated myself again this week. I'm not hurting. I want to enjoy this segment again. Coming next week, I know you guys all enjoy watching Cobra Dad's misery instead. So I will be going back to trying out like odds and ends shits. I am not going to let the cream lumps discourage me. I am going to go to the Asian store and try to get some of their snacks. They got like DBZ fucking energy drinks and shit like that. Who knows what the fuck it tastes like? You know what I'm saying? So I will be doing that for next week.
It turned you into a Super Saiyan.
Yeah, for the viewers' pleasures. And speaking of viewers, if you're watching the replay, this is my man Tony Toy Box Open today. I am Cobra Dad. This is the Weekly Habit. Thanks for joining. Hit the subscribe. Hit the notifications. Head over on Sunday. Go watch my man kick ass on fucking Latin Legions with the other homeboys. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Collectible Matt, fucking Psycho Ed, and Alberto.
Right.
Alberto.
Oh, we had a good episode this past week, and we had our homie Elijah Baker on the show, and we were talking food, showing pictures of food. Smash your pass. It was
yeah. You always like Cobra take his old man teeth out.
Some chuletas. You like chuletas, Cobra Dad?
Simón. Ojo por ojo y diente por diente. You smell me? It says it in the Bible, Holmes.
That's where I learned my Mexican dialect from you.
You feel me?
I love watching you, Dad.
If y'all don't know what I said, translation, it was eye for an eye, tooth for a tooth. But yeah, I treated myself. Next week I'll destroy my fucking...
You should see the other guy.
Yeah. Exactly. Yeah, the dentist who fucking pulled these shits. All right, I'll go first as usual.
All right. How many you got? How many?
I got 2 snacks.
Oh, okay, I got one.
Okay, so I got this. I think I might have did this already once.
No, this is new.
No. All right, so I got Hershey's Milklicious.
Okay, that's a milk product. Did you check the expiration date?
Let's check. Okay, we good. 12. Wait. 4/25. So we right on the cusp.
Mm-hmm.
And it says milk chocolate with creamy chocolate milk filling. Let's see. 2 bars. Okay. So, okay. It's a chocolate bar that you probably can pull off sections.
Yeah, 4 segments. Nice.
Okay.
It's good.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Oh yeah. So you got like a solid chocolate, but not like a super soft, creamy feeling, but like a little softer of chocolate.
Mm. That looks good. All right, that's the winner.
Right. All right.
Nice.
Good to see that.
All right. You know me, I always try to bring something.
You've never been on the cusp, but I
try to bring snacks that everybody can enjoy. Hopefully, I enjoy them too, because I'm kind of picky on snacks. So
yeah.
Everybody knows Lin's. Lin's are a high quality candy.
Good stuff.
And this one, so I usually just get the regular Lin's, the milk chocolate, you know. This one interests me, especially for the show, because this one's called Neapolitan.
Oh, yeah. That's okay. I know what you're rocking.
So, like ice cream, you know, you have the strawberry, the vanilla, and the chocolate. So I'm thinking maybe that's something like that.
Yeah, that's good stuff.
So let's see. Okay, so I guess I'm not.
Oh, you got the white chocolate? Yeah.
I'm not really a fan of the. Oh, look, it has like a nipple. Look at that nipple.
It looks like a Death Star. That's no moon base.
All right, so I'm not a big fan of white chocolate, but let's see how the combination is. Hold on.
Keep going in for a second.
It is Neapolitan. I could taste it.
Oh, Neapolitan.
Mm-hmm.
So you're getting us like 3 different flavors hitting your palate?
Yeah. Let me see if I could.
Yeah, knock that out.
So you got the white, and then you have the chocolate, and then another like, cream center. It's good, man. I've
never have seen those Linders like that one.
Yeah, this is new. That's why I tried it, because I usually just get the chocolate because the chocolate is so smooth.
Yeah.
You know, good quality. Oh, I recommend this. Wow.
And for a guy who doesn't like white chocolate.
And the strawberry part remember, like with strawberry, you have those like little bitty seeds.
Which I like. Yeah, which gives it a natural flavor. Yeah.
Yeah, tiny little crunch. Oh, okay. I recommend that. Pretty good.
All right. Oh, what a surprise. Hershey chocolate is good. Doctor, tell us something. You know, you go fuck yourself, bro.
He doesn't want to die again, yo. Once is enough.
I mean, come on. Cut me some fucking slack. All right. So my second. I'm telling you guys, just wait. I'll fuck myself up again. You know I'm not dumb enough, smart enough not to fuck myself up eventually.
I know. As long as Toy Heart wants you to fuck up, you wind up fucking up.
It's gonna happen. All right, so I had to double back and go to Alpines because last week was fire, but this week, boom! You know what I'm talking about?
That shit looks like a batarang.
I know exactly where you got that from.
Alpine,
you got that
maybe?
from what's that cake place? That one Aspen cake, or not Aspen? What's it called?
Alpine.
Yeah, Aspen Alpine.
Right?
You know what's up. You're a local boy too. You know you from the bank.
You already know.
You know.
You already know what deal. What's going down?
Yeah, man.
What's up, Dylan?
How's it going, Tony Toy and Cobra
brother?
Dad? Yeah, that no cap though. Those taste really fucking good. They really do. That is a good cookie.
He's eating the whole thing as we speak.
Yeah.
Wash it down with some milk, expired milk. Come on.
No, thank you. I got rock stars this time.
There you go. Yeah,
Hold on a second. What are you drinking?
Rockstar and sugar cookie. Nice.
Yeah, what a combo is that? Ugh. At least you,
Super healthy.
that Rockstar is not gonna taste like anything. It's gonna taste nasty.
Ah.
Yeah.
All right.
Good shit.
Hell yeah.
I'll put back the dentures in.
What are we eating, Dylan?
Oh, what are you snacking on?
We got coconut rice, chicken apple sausage, and zucchini.
Oh, unique.
Impressive, sir.
I literally just got home.
Yeah.
Just got home.
Yeah.
Well, my wife just put the baby down. She had this set up for me because she's a baker. So she goes into work at 3 a.m. So she's going to bed right now.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So super fun.
Yeah. So she hooked it up at least for her husband.
Hell yeah.
And that's a good lady, and you can't fucking do nothing in life without one of those.
No, that's what's and like it's not even like I'm not a sexist type. I'm not like gender roles or anything like that.
Yeah.
That's why
Yeah.
I married a chef because then she took the role as a professional role.
There you go.
You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
There's no excuses.
Exactly.
What
What's
up?
going on? Tony,
So,
how you doing?
Yeah, man. So previously you've been on the show a few times, and my boy Toy Art was rocking with us back then. You know, we all just saw love.
That's right.
So Toy Art wanted to say what's up. But as of today, you know, I got my man Tony Toy Box taking care of business with me. It's all love, and let's keep it moving, man. So all right, let's jump right into it because I know you're smashing on your dinner.
Yeah,
And
I could do both. I could do both.
Let the man breathe.
Yeah, but I want this man to be able to talk.
Right.
Don't worry, I'm a fast eater.
So let's
You know how many times
see.
I've talked while eating and then bit the side of my lip?
Oh my god, that's the worst, right, bro?
Oh,
When you
Or your
work
tongue?
as many conventions as I have, you got to learn you have to learn the balance because sometimes you don't get to walk away from the booth. You know what I'm saying?
true that.
Yeah.
But yeah, I have definitely bit myself. But my it's the tongue, not even my cheek. My
really?
my cheeks stick out because I'm a fatty. But my tongue,
Damn,
always,
that
I've
sounds
bitten
worse.
it is. It totally is.
Yeah, because I spend the whole day playing with that hole. Like, oh man, what?
Yeah, then I gotta keep messing with the little fucking flesh that's hanging off the side.
Shit.
I do that shit too, bro. I'll go in and try to pull it out.
Oh god, really? Masochist. No wonder you.
All right,
all
let's
that
get
crap
into
on
our
the show.
let's get into our shit, man.
All right.
All right, let's get it up here. Come on, you fucker. All right. So we'll start off with our cool covers. If you're not in the fucking loop about what's going on today in comic books, what in the shit? Good job, see that. Okay, so let's do this. Cool covers. Bam. If you're not in the loop, today was the day of Batman 158, Jim Lee artist. Who's the fucking writer? Jeff Loeb. Batman Hush 2. And boy, oh boy, is it a banger. So here is a fucking, they actually had these like giant poster size issues. You
11
know,
by
for-
17, which is
Yeah.
actual the size that Jim drew it at.
Oh, I see. Okay, see, that's why we have our man Dylan Gray on the show.
Yeah, giant special edition.
Yeah,
Cover
and they
top.
did a chrome one, bro. All right, so here's the cool covers of the week. Let's let them roll. The Mummy.
Yeah, this is the
That
Mummy
was
one
Sex Wars.
is the sky. That's the Skybound doing all the Universal monsters, if I believe. That's that one, right?
Yeah. Okay, Fantastic Four. I thought it was cool looking. Apologize for not being close up today, but we were in a fucking hurry. Godzilla, Fantastic Four.
Did you see
Beta Ray Bill.
Did you see the Scotty Young cover for the FF Godzilla?
No, I just like breezed over today. Hey, is this the Beta Ray Bill 6-issue miniseries that they had like 2-3 years ago, and they just put it in a trade paper? Okay, people, if you're out there and you're watching, go if you have an LCS, this is worth picking up. This fucking Beta Ray Bill story is front to back very good.
100%. He's my favorite Marvel character. So
I'm
and
then
big
the
on
team
him.
up with Homeboy and the ship being sentient, and then the Sordon or whatever, and the sword, and fucking great read, bro.
There's another book called God Killer, which was another Beta Ray Bill series that comes after Secret Invasion, where he figures out a way to kill Galactus.
Beta Ray Bill.
Yes.
I gotta check that out. All right, who can pass on looking at this like Juggernaut Spidey?
So everybody gets Jokerized and it's Spiderized.
Yeah, it's not Jokerized, it's Juggerized.
Juggerized.
All right, Savage, Dragon. Let's see, what else did I grab? Spawn, looking like a gangster. Monsters, I just took a pic. Sorry if you guys are not all focused. Oikwe, Aikwe. Look at that.
So let me break it down. So this Heat Seeker comes from a series called Gun Honey, which really solid. The first volume, it's basically she is an arms dealer that can get you a gun anywhere in the world. You need a gun at the Vatican, you need a gun on an airplane, you need a gun wherever. That's her specialty. And the first arc is really awesome, and people liked it so much that they decided to make more. Problem is, though, they didn't have any more stories, so they just started throwing in naked bodies. So Heat Seeker, her thing is she's another one of the universe. She helps people hide that need to disappear and stuff like that. And her boobs seem to be out a lot in the series.
Not that it's a bad thing.
Yeah, no. Well, it's not a bad thing when it's only that. That's where I have a problem. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, it's only that.
Yeah, because I could pick up a Playboy for that.
Exactly, and that's my thing. And like, it's great art. It really is. But yeah, to me, you got to have some good writing to that. You know, White Trees. That's the Chip Zdarsky one. I didn't pick it up originally because they had this like crazy pansexual orgy scene, and I was like, oh, we're just gonna throw a sex scene in there for no reason. But it ends up having a real plot point, and like it actually blew my mind. I was like, oh shit, okay, see, that's how you do it. Like, okay,
so it did make sense for them to have that scene.
Exactly. Basically, what was happening is these guys. It's a fantasy adventure, and these guys were these like forest spirits like will take your desires and amplify them and all that kind of stuff. So there's 3 guys in the party. 2 of them were like hooking up with people and they're whatever. And then the third guy, they go and they're like, what do you desire? What makes you happy? And they're like, oh shit, nothing makes you happy. And then they like disappear. And like, so it's like the whole point was like he's so dead inside that like there's no temptation that they could do to him. It was really awesome moment, like written really well. And blew my mind.
Kind of this cover character kind of reminds me of back in the day WWF Lita. Remember Lita?
Yeah. Because the pants and the G-string eye.
Yeah, exactly. The red hair.
That was before under cleavage was a thing, and
yeah,
it's disappointing because that would have been amazing.
My man said undercleave.
That's what that. And like,
but you got to know why though, because nowadays. So when I was a young man and girls were fixing their tits, it was all about like this balloon-sized round ball tits. Nowadays, the doctors make them look so good you can't tell.
Yeah.
That's true.
And
But the
now
under boob is. But the under boob
now
is where
under
they
boob
do
is fire. It don't
I know,
look
but
like
that's where they. That's where they did
saggy ass
the insert.
silicone bag.
Yeah, before they used to put the what is it? The boobage
Yeah.
under there, and you had the scars on the underboob. That's why they really didn't show underboob. But now
Yeah,
it's like
yeah.
injections.
Now they've mastered the craft of tits.
Yeah. Well, how many decades has it been, right? Since
Since Pamela Anderson, baby.
like buffer balloons, yeah.
Even before that, they were doing it. But yeah, you guys remember the 90s fake tits where they were spread apart?
Basketballs, yep.
Yeah, come on.
Going
You lay
different
down, they
directions.
still up. Yeah.
Yeah. You see her
20
fucking
points up.
rib cage and shit?
Yeah. And that's under that tit. There's the scars right there.
Yeah.
Now,
All right,
that's
moving
all right,
on.
guys. We could talk about
Thanks
this
for the
later.
info, Dylan.
For sure.
Headless Horseman, I thought it looked cool.
That he has the horse. Yeah, that's cool.
I actually this title actually inspired a book that I wanted to do, which was The Horseless Headman. It's a guy that always is able to get head, but he can't ride a horse anywhere. He's got to walk. So,
But he still gets head.
he still gets head, but he's just got to walk there.
Yeah, I
To
see
get
that
the head.
being a seller.
Yeah.
That's a seller right there.
That's perfect for a hoodcast.
I know.
Now we got to get you on hoodcast to describe this. See, I do another podcast, sir.
But the question is, does he have a horse dick?
Oh.
The horse stick headman. There it is. We're just changing the whole story now.
Yeah, there you go.
All right. What's next? Let's see. Farrell is still going. I stopped around issue 7. I'm waiting for trade paperback because I really can't fucking keep pumping money into this series. It's just
Is that
like
a Flash Gordon next to it?
it's like really repetitive. It got repetitive to me, and I fell off of it.
I'd rather see that cover of that Flash Gordon actually.
Yeah, people really like these. I always like the homage covers because they do a lot of horror homages and stuff.
Yeah, especially they did a lot of that with the Stray Dogs, definitely.
Yep.
All right, this is Dark Knight Metal, I guess. Just this is not a compendium.
Yeah,
it is. That's it right there.
Compendium. Okay.
Yeah, this has, if I'm not mistaken, it has all the tie-ins and all that kind of stuff.
Oh, that's a good book then.
Yeah.
I would recommend picking this up, guys, because Metal was fucking fire.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Metal
that was a good book.
And Death Metal.
Death Metal was great. Okay. Subject, like almost besides the book, subject of the evening, really.
Mm-hmm.
Órale pues, Toyaric. It says, fuck you, asshole. And then,
And he brought it up too. He brought up the comment too. Oh, he's saying something nice. Nope, he's not. Get the fuck out of here.
Of course. Why would he? It's his specialty to fuck me up. All right, so I was Cobra Dad gets worried. Cobra Dad's a little obnoxious. Cobra Dad's straightforward. Cobra Dad's a dick. We all know this, right? So I even called Dylan. I get so, I want to get in. And then a lot of times with my personality, when I don't get my way, I like to muscle then. Oh, fuck that. I'm getting in regardless. So as I'm trying to change and bring it down a notch, I made sure I called Dylan first today. Unfortunately, I have his number. Now he's like, why did I give him my actual number?
I gave you my number because I don't answer Instagram that often. That's why.
So I called this man at like 10 a.m. today, and I was like, he's not even at fucking work yet. And I'm like pressing him, hey man, I need to get in. And he's basically like, chill the fuck out, Cobra, and you'll get in. Shut the fuck up and come in the shop and pick up your Hush comic. So
a little paraphrasing, he was a lot nicer than I was. No.
And so he's like, why is this dickhead calling me? Anyway,
thirsty, Cobra. Damn.
Yeah.
No,
thirsty,
honestly, I was happy. I was like, finally, he's hitting me up on my phone and not Instagram. I'm like fucking hanging out with my baby, and he's like, "No, I'm getting yelled at." Oh shit! I should have kept him on Instagram. No,
Bro, I was literally like, "What the hell, bro? I can't even." He's like, "Bro, these guys helped us move. Shut the fuck up."
So the whole story. So people got context here. The first people who donated to the Hero Society, which was a thing that we did at the store to ask for donations to help with the move. All those people who get first dibs. That now there was about 300 something people that did that. However, those 300 people, most of them aren't just like big Jim Lee fans. Like there's not going to be a huge population of them, but Joe just wanted to make sure that they got first dibs is all. You know what I mean? So that's all that was like. Because he was like, "There's not going to be any left," and I'm like, "No, bro, you're good. You're good. You're like, there's going to be more than enough left. Don't worry."
Cobra, who stays in front of the door at Target like at 6 a.m. to get in to buy Pokemon.
I'm telling this fool, "Well, do you think I need to go in there right now and pay for it right now?" He's like, "Cobra Dad, chill the fuck out."
I had to talk him down from the ledge.
I did. I'm over there like, "Everything Dylan says to me, one step closer to the edge, and I'm about to break." And so I
It's my comic, and I need it now.
Yeah. So I chilled the fuck out. I didn't run up in there. Waited for my son to get off work like I usually do. Walked in at 5 o'clock, like normal on a Wednesday. I didn't harass anybody. I didn't even look at anybody. I walked around. I fucking kept my mouth shut. Dylan was busy behind the counter. I picked up my books. Joe came to me and said hi. I didn't fuck with him. He came over. "How you doing, Juan?" I asked him, "Hey, thanks a lot." I gave him his props. "Thank you, Joe, for facilitating. So what do I do?" He said, "Juan," he said the same thing. "Calm the fuck down." He doesn't call me Cobra. He calls me Juan. He goes,
One thirsty motherfucker.
He could. Joe goes, "Juan, chill out. Come in on Monday. You just got to pay your $75. You'll get your book signed. Plus, you get a credit towards the book." How does that work, bro?
So basically, part of the deal of this $75 is you get the first 6 issues of the book. Like that's part of the deal,
Right?
Or what? Yeah, it's 6 issues. Yeah,
I think it's only 3.
Hush is 3. Okay, so yeah, you get the issue. Part of it is you get the issues. Yeah, that are part of that. I thought it was maybe it was 3. Okay, anyway, whatever it is, you get those issues. Plus, you get things signed and all that kind of stuff. And since he's buying it, before he was getting the ticket, he just gets a $5 credit like added to his thing. That's all.
So I'll pay 70 instead of 75.
Right, essentially.
You still pay 75, but you get $5 credit.
Yeah,
that's
what
the
about the other 2 Batman books I
logistics
picked
of
up
it.
today?
Yes.
Well, what about the other 2 Batman books I picked up today? Or is that also credited?
No, it's just
Nah, bro. I fucking paid for those shits, bro.
You did. You sure did. You sure did.
But on Joe's recommendation, he was like, "Look, dude, buy your regular copy." Because I was like, I don't know what to get him to sign because I wasn't a big Jim Lee guy back then. I have the folding cover that I picked up recently. Of course, you want that signed. And he's like, "Yo, pick up the A and B, pick up the B and C, and have him sign those." So I was like, "Bro, genius." So I picked up the B and C's today. The what do you call cardstock?
Yeah.
And
was
those
it the Delato cover? Is that the one you got?
Let me see. I'm not sure who the artist
because I got the Delato cover. I freaking love Delato.
You guys only had 2 left. Different ones left.
Show and tell. Let me see.
So we got Dylan on, man. This is some good shit.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so I got this one.
Oh, okay.
Nice. That's a Jim Lee one, I believe.
And then I got the regular Jim Lee. But this is
Nice.
like, it don't say hush on it. And then I got this one.
Oh, that's dope.
Which I believe is also Jim Lee. That's also a Jim Lee one.
Okay, what the Del Auto probably costed like $25 or some shit, right?
No, it was a regular. It was a regular.
Ah, it
issue.
was gone, bro.
I never go for the incentive variants. As much as I love them, I can't bring myself to that.
They're
You know what I'm saying?
expensive.
They're expensive, man. They're expensive to get. Sometimes we don't even get. That's the shit that pisses me off too. Is like we sometimes don't even get them, even when we hit the right incentives and stuff. It's fun stuff.
No, Matt, he has
No,
X-Men
dude, I
number
am.
one.
No, I'm getting the X-Men folding cover number
How about
one.
some Wildstorm stuff though? How about having
I was thinking about that too. I might have some of that shit in one of my short boxes from the pool guy. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
if you don't know
you
what
want
the
the
pool
deep
guy is,
cut.
that's the market
You want
brother.
to come in with the heat. You want to get the street cred. You got to come in there with Samurai Santa, bro. That's when you come in with the deep cut Jim Lee.
Where do I get that shit?
Oh, nowhere. That was like his very, very, very first thing. Like
So that would be like kind of a book. He'd be like, "Oh shit."
Yeah, that's the kind of thing. It's like you know what I'm saying? You don't go to Bruce Campbell and you talk about Bird Notice. You don't go to Bruce Campbell talking about Living Dead. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Or Evil Dead. Excuse me, Evil Dead.
Yeah.
This is the like you go like yeah. Obviously, you're going to talk about all his work in X-Men and Batman and all that and
He ain't trying to hear that shit, right?
You show him that. That's like, but yeah. Let's see. I'm just going to pull it up on eBay right now.
Yeah, go for it, my man.
What something like that costs? See here, Samurai Santa issue 1. Oh, it's not too crazy. It's everywhere from 200 down. Oh, there's one that's graded. They're going for 400 and shit. But most of the ones I'm seeing ungraded are below $100, so it's not too crazy. A couple of them at 200, but those are probably fishing prices. But yeah, that's the super deep cut Jim Lee stuff. If I'm not mistaken, that was his very, very first thing he ever did.
Mm.
Let's see, what did I do?
Oh,
I removed him.
It's like bring it up. I ain't spending no $100 on an issue. Get the fuck out of here.
That's right.
Yeah, fuck that. I got my $2 La Pulga find. I found a nice crisp copy of that X-Men one fold. I'll fold for $2 at the market. So that's what I'm rolling up with. He's gonna be like, one of these motherfuckers again.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
Signed a million of them already.
That means nothing to him. You know?
Yeah, he might look at me like you're a jerk off.
He's just gonna see you as a regular fan. Probably he's not gonna be like, oh, you sicko, you sicken me. No, it's gonna be like, oh, cool, like I'm used to this.
And that's great. I'm keeping it $150. That's what I am when it comes to Jim Lee.
Yeah.
No, you know what you tell him? You say you have a Samurai Santa, but it's graded, so you don't want him to sign it.
Oh, yeah, I got Samurai. And then he pulls my card and goes, "Well, I would have signed the slab."
Yeah, or then he goes, "Well, why didn't you buy the one that's already pre-signed? Because I signed a bunch of those and got those graded." No joke.
And once again, Cobra Dad's a jerk off.
No.
Yeah. Well, that's I thought the theme of every episode.
You just tell him. You said, Jim Lee, you don't know my life.
Yeah, that's the whole thing about it all. You know, that's my persona. Jerk off dad. No big deal. I'm not.
Who's Cobra? New branding here, guys. It's no longer Cobra Dad. It's now Jerk Off Dad. There you go.
And I don't mind. I'll run with it.
All right. Change that name next week.
Yep.
Jerk off dad.
It's canon.
There you go.
It's canon. It's canon. All right, my man Tony, Toy Box, and now that I've fucking been hanging around with Dylan, it's not so Sabertooth, it's Sabertooth.
Sabertooth.
So get it right, guys. All right, my brother, go ahead, run with it.
All right, this is Sabertooth. What is it? The Dead Don't Talk.
Yep, number 4.
Issue 4. I gotta admit, I like this book. This book is a good book, from beginning to end. So where we left off is Dragonfire and Mad Dog Murphy, Victor Creed, actually hooked up, are working together to overthrow any other gangs, and they wind up at this that dilapidated castle. They're going inside to take care of business. Who are they going to take care of? Vampires. We got the holdouts, the last gang to hold out from paying tribute to these awesome twosomes, the Night Flyers, which are vampires. You can see by the coffins there. And Sabertooth is going to stab this handsome young man who's maybe 3,000 years old. But
so
he
that's
stops
Dracula?
him. That's one of the vamps. And then he's like, here we go. So Sabertooth is like, I'm gonna easily kill this motherfucker, and he's like, nope. The vampire stops him, and who comes to save Sabertooth? Dragonfire. She throws the sword right through his heart. He's dead. But this is a big gang, so that all the vamps come and attack Sabertooth and Dragonfire, but there's nothing to it. These two are unstoppable. They destroy this whole gang of the Night Flyers. So whoever survived, I don't think so. Look at that.
They
playing. Yep. So that gang is done.
So is this in the same continuity as Blood Hunt, or is this a different set of vampires that they're going up against?
It's a whole different joint, dude. It's basically a tale of once upon a time in the early what is it, 1800s or 1900s?
Like early 1900s.
Oh, okay, cool.
The Bowery,
cool.
the
And
Five
the
Points.
gangs in New York style theme, and this guy Creed has taken on the persona of Mad Dog Murphy. And he was first being like a bouncer to one of the gang leaders, but now he's, fuck this, I'm doing my thing. I'm Sabertooth.
That's right.
Sabertooth. He was coerced by Dragonfire to go on his own.
Didn't anybody want to? Yeah. You can't, well, let's see. Well,
I stabbed him through the heart.
Yeah. And it was like silver. Anyway, so they walk away. Go ahead, brother.
They walk away. They are happy, joyous, and they make out. They're lovebirds. I gotta admit,
yeah,
these guys have their full relationship. They come across these people who are like, "What the hell's going on?" Sabertooth cracks a joke: "Is you fools look like you owe me money? Do you owe me money?" And they say, "If no, we don't. But if you want some money, we'll give it to you anyway."
Like
here we have Sabertooth and Dragonfire, who've taken over the 5 Points. They actually have now Fisk paying tribute to him.
Ooh.
But not the Fisk ancestor, not Kingpin Fisk.
No.
It is something like that. It's not the official, but they call this Fisk. They actually name him Kingpin as well. He gets the moniker Kingpin. So he's to that.
Yeah,
but it's not Wilson Fisk. It's a different Fisk.
No.
Yeah, it's like alternate universe. Yeah, it's an alternate universe.
I was thinking it was just like it's a old story, like historical, but this is just a completely different universe, its own continuity, everything.
Right. It does have historical aspects though. There, the 5 Points, the gangs in New York.
Yeah.
Those that's legit though.
Yeah, like the vampires he just took out with one of the gangs in New York.
Right. There wasn't real.
I missed the vampires in that movie. I guess I missed that whole scene.
So here they're in bed together, and they just had some
whoopee.
Intimacy. They had some whoopee, and they start talking, and what happens here is she starts contemplating their future, and they she's actually falling for him, and it looks definitely like he's falling for her.
Oh
he
yeah,
says, we should think about leaving. Let's leave the 5 Points. Because we're always going to be under attack. There's always going to be someone bigger and better who's going to try to take our spot. Why don't we go to the savage land where we can roam free and be as savage as we want to be?
Yeah.
So he's not sure. He's like, I say, oh baby, let me think about it. I'll let you know tomorrow. So they fall asleep, and he wakes up choking. He's been massacred. His healing powers have brought him back to life, but he was stabbed and just destroyed. He's choking on his own blood, and he's looking for Dragonfire, and she's actually been killed. She's dead on arrival, and his life has just turned. Now he's out for revenge.
Some aspect of Sabertooth we've never seen.
Yeah, he has a heart for
No,
every
he
she had
psychopath
one.
needs some
And
love.
she dead now.
Yeah, she
right.
don't. But
I
like,
always like that. I always think, for the most part, for a lot of these characters, I think there should be some, not necessarily redeeming quality or anything like that. We don't need that necessarily, but we definitely need some sort of, like, he could, maybe his life is turning around, and then it gets taken from him, like what I'm
yeah,
saying, like
yeah.
either you're doing like the adopting a kid thing, or like it's a lover, or even just like an old man that like you are taking care, something like that, and they get killed,
Like
and
Bruce
then they
and Robin or whatever.
yeah, and now it's
Right.
back to business, because you had your chance. You
Right.
had
Yeah,
your
so
chance.
so the writers go like, here, check it out. For a tad bit in Sabre's life, he
One
had
issue.
he had some like pussy and he was good with a chick. But then to people go, what? No way, no. And then they go, well, this is why you never see her anymore. Because she got killed.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Sabre.
She
Sabre.
foreshadowed the whole thing. She was like, if she would have said this a little sooner, maybe they would have been off to Savage Land before.
Yeah, he would have. Who knows? He would have went to Savage Land and then never even really paid much attention to Wooby anymore.
Yeah, exactly. So
Well,
look at that face. He is pissed, and he needs to find out what happened. Who murdered him? He was murdered, and who murdered Dragonfire? So he leaves. He finds this newspaper article written by her saying that Mad Dog Murphy's dead. He's like, how the fuck did they know I'm dead? So he goes out to look for Hearst. But before he gets a chance to leave, right behind him, you see in the bottom panel, this hand reaches out to him. It's Iron Dynamo. The armor is actually been worn by Fisk, and he attacks Sabertooth. He says, I heard that you were murdered. I had to find out for myself. And if you weren't, I'm going to kill you. So they start a fight together, get on top of a bridge. Here we are. And Sabertooth attacks Fisk through the orange suit, gets him right in the chest, and throws off the bridge into the river down below. So we don't know. They show a panel here with Fisk in the water. We don't know if Fisk actually survived the fall, or he himself is dead.
Right.
So you can see that. Now I know who's going to be at the bottom of the river. So this is Hearst coming in to talk to his boss, and guess who found his boss first? Victor Creed, Mad Dog Murphy. He says, "How the hell did you know that I was attacked and killed last night?" He says, Dix, Marmaduke Dix told me, he feeds the gangs information. He tells the gangs what to do, and he feeds me that information to report on. So I don't know what he's actually planning, but he's been using and manipulating the gangs for his own personal gain. He says, what? So Sabertooth is like, oh, this is really going on, because every time that I've encountered Marmaduke Dix, he's against me. He says, yeah, you spoiled his plans of what he wanted to do. And then Sabertooth says, where is Marmaduke Dix? And Hearst says, he was in the hospital. He suffered a lot of burns. And boom, it just like clicks right there to Sabertooth. He says, oh shit, it was Marmaduke Dix who actually attacked us. And then the end panel is Dix actually being the crocodilian, which was a nice twist.
Yeah, that we like, who the fuck is this crocodile dude this whole time?
Yeah, this was like what, issue 2 that the crocodilian came on?
Yeah.
We didn't know what character that is. Now we find out that is actually Dix as the crocodilian, which is cool.
There we go. That. All right, man. So what do you say? Proceed to read, or yo, son, this shit's done?
Definitely proceed to read. I like to
proceed to read, brother.
Yeah, it's refreshing because I read the first issue and then I just didn't continue it because I have so much shit. I got 11 books this week alone. Last week was a ton too. This fucking Dr. Doom shit's killing me. I need it all though. But anyways, this is actually really cool. I really like this whole kind of angle. And yeah, because that's not really something I've seen. It might have been done before where he had like a love interest or something, but nothing like this. And I think this is really good writing. Who's writing it? Do you know?
No, not offhand, but the book itself is an easy read. So it's not convoluted. It just gets straight to the point. As you saw with the fight scenes, there's action, there's good writing. I really enjoy the book. And there's a lot of like each issue has a little plot twist. You're trying to figure out what's going on. You get more information. Like we didn't know that.
Still holds dopeness because every time I read it, it brings me into this world of that movie, Gangs in New York.
Yeah.
And I'm like, yo, this shit is fire. Even though the main actor in that fucking movie is a weirdo,
Which one?
Well, both of them. One's a pedo, and one's a fucking weirdo that stays in character when the fucking camera's off. He's still walking around like Gangs in New York, and you better call him that fucking character's name, or he's gonna throw a fit. You know what I'm saying? Fucking weirdo. Yo, guys who stay in character, actors who stay in character,
method actors. Yeah, method actors.
You're a fucking jerk off and a weirdo.
That's what they say.
And I don't care if they're some of our favorite movies and favorite actors. Bro, Jim Carrey, chill, bro. You know what I'm saying? You don't have to do that. You don't have to act like Robotnik for 12 months. Fucking whatever this other guy is who played Lincoln. Chill, bro. You're not Abraham Lincoln. And Leonardo DiCaprio. Chill, bro. Get some pussy your age.
Jesus.
Okay? You don't need to show us that the only reason you're not banging younger chicks is because of the law. Every fucking month or two you see him on a yacht with an 18-year-old chick. Bro.
Yeah, I don't see. That's why I don't even follow these celebrities. I just automatically assume they're all pieces of shit.
In my opinion, I think he would even go lower if the law didn't if the law would allow him. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So fuck it. Anyway.
Put that comment up though. That's funny.
Cobra sounds like Cobra died. Has a little DiCaprio jealousy. No, I don't like 18-year-old girls. Bro, I'm about to be 50. I need me a freak hoe about 35 years old, bro. You feel me?
Yeah. Back to the comic.
I do not need no 18-year-old girl whose panties still smell like pee. Okay? Because they don't know how to wipe yet. Anyway,
so Dylan, you want the show to go off the rails? You got it. Here we go.
Dylan's like, oh my God.
So it's a good book. It's action-packed. It has a good story. The throwbacks, to New York City and the gangs of New York in the early 1800s, pretty damn cool. So I'm in for the long run.
All right, so I guess I'm up to bat. I guess I know Dylan you didn't have a chance to read it because he just got home. So spoiler fucking alert, my man.
Yeah, there we go.
It's all good. I'm a fan of Hush, but I'm not a crazy. I'm cool. You know what I mean?
All right. So in this panel, we got the old moniker. I get it. Hey, I made a promise to my parents to rid Gotham of crime. So we're like, oh, that'll hold chestnut. And then we move on, and we have the Bat doing his due diligence like he always does. And he had some info that this goons are the Joker's up to something. And he catches up with their goons, and they're about to dump a bunch of shit in the river. And as always, and of course,
shit.
and of course, a week prior, the Gotham's aquarium was broken into, and 200 piranhas were stolen. And
piranhas.
And we know what the Joker did, and they're trying to dump these into the Gotham River to, of course, spread shit everywhere and fuckery and Jokerism in Gotham through the water system with these piranhas. So Bats, of course, comes down and
So would you have this as fish and chips? Some Joker rice?
Yeah, why not? Fuck it. And so he comes down. There's two goons, and he does his Bats. Where is she? And and then thank you. Oh, fuck it, just walk through the bloody scene, why don't you? Oh, fuck it. So a reference to Christian Bale, and so he's doing that, and all of a sudden these goons, their faces start to melt, and they look like they're Jokerized and they die. So Bats is a little confused. He's like, what the fuck's going on? This is kind of new. And, he kind of lets down his guard. And he's like, what the fuck is the Joker up to? And like I said, he let down his guard. And in the back of the fucking dumpster is guess who?
Oh, nice. That's a cool.
And the Joker takes advantage like he likes to do. Busts his crowbar, his signature move. They kind of go at it a little bit, and he dumps him into the fucking river with all these Jokerized piranhas. And the piranhas are fucking attacking Batman, and that Batman has a contingency plan to where if someone were to take off his mask when he's what would you say knocked out, it'll zap them. So Bats fucking takes off his mask a little bit, and it zaps all the fish in the water, but it also fucks him up. He's like, yeah. And then he's like almost dead, and he fucking has to get himself out of the water and get to the surface. Of course, the fish are all fucked up, and he's like dead, dude.
Damn.
And like on the surface, KJ Smith in the house. Cobra dumpster diving for Skyline. Yes, sir. And so now there's like this fucking helicopter above them, and you're like, what the fuck's going on? It's not Alfred. It's not the Bat family. And we find out that they're like, whoa, Bats is fucked up, dropping here. And the Joker's like, oh, yeah, I got him. And he's trying to dip out. And before he dips, he gets fucked up by this big-ass Uso. I don't know. The bloodline is in the fucking WWF. Now he's in DC universe. Roman Reigns comes in and fucks up the fucking Joker and kidnaps him. All right? And so the Usos take the Joker, and at the same time, she's Oracle, and all the signals are blocked. She's talking to fucking Batwing, Nightwing, who bangs her on the side once in a while. And then they fucking, they're like, I don't know what's going on. We need to get Batman's signal. And then we're like, yo, fuck. And then it dips back over to where Batman's getting CPR from a female, and guess who it is?
The Joker.
No, it's fucking Ra's al Ghul's daughter, his old lady.
Well, his
Talia,
old
something like that.
What is his baby mama?
His baby mama. Okay, I'll give you baby mama. I will give you that.
So she brings him back to life.
Is her like Talia, something like that?
Talia al
Ghul. Yeah, Talia al Ghul.
Well, she's an
and
assassin.
then she's like, basically, you dickhead, I need you alive because you still had a son to raise, and you got big dick. I like to get fucked by you here and there. All right.
Canonically, it's not that big, actually.
But she's been split right there. You can see the split all the way up
Woo!
back. Damn.
Yeah, she
All
tucked
right,
that
so
in. That she
she-
obviously tucked that in for Bruce to look at.
yeah, because you know,
No girl walks around like that. That's an Instagram post.
he didn't
You know
show
what
up
I'm
with
saying?
no pennies on for Bruce, bro.
You know what I'm saying?
There's straight toe in the front of that outfit,
Mm-hmm.
and so
I
back
see nips in this panel
then,
too.
So she's like, "You're a dickhead." She dips out, and then and then she's like, "I'm out of here," and then we come to find out. Hold on, check the chat. I bet it ends up in the sewer. Yeah, and then yeah. Like that does. So we go to some fucking foreign place and look where we have the Joker at. He's getting his fucking mouth wide open to where the point that it's almost breaking his jaw, and we see that it's you know who. It's Hush, and he has the Joker captured, and he's torturing him, bro. He's fucking ripping his fucking mouth open with this device, and he's going in his head, and he's telling him, you've always made Bruce this and that, and I'm gonna do something to you, and I'm gonna bring the Bruce out of you, and whatever other shit. And then he puts him on this spinning wheel, and he spins him, and he starts fucking throwing like knives at him and shit. And he's already cut certain jugulars inside of his body so that when he hits him with the fucking knife, it's basically internal bleeding this fool right now. And he tells him, look, you got 2 days, maybe 3 at tops before you're dead, Joker. And he's just, it's kind of like you lose, I get lost, but yeah, he's screaming in agony. He breaks his fucking jaw wide open, and then it's like fucking look. You see, breaks his fucking jaw, the Joker, and then so Bats is dealing with his old suit. He gets communication going back with his suit and Oracle and them, and then they're like, "Yo, where were you at? We lost communication." And then Bats is like, "Yo, you guys get the fuck out of there. We've been compromised." And then he shut shit down because now Hush is doing this shit, and he realized he's using the Joker as bait to bring him to where he has the Joker, and he gets to the place, he sees a fake Gordon with maggots, he takes the shoe, he goes inside. He's getting shot at by this and that by the Joker things. And, he's like, I'm coming for you, Joker, because he thinks it's the Joker. He breaks in, and he finds out, yo,
That's dope.
it's the Joker. And we all know this is the Joker in Canyon. He's missing an eye already. So fucking, he's like, what the fuck is going on? And then there's like these screens going, and it's fucking with his head. And then, he's like, he's got to save the Joker. And that's how it ends, bro. With DuckTales, woo-hoo.
That shit was gold, yo.
It's basically the Hush talking on the screen, fucking with Bruce, like, yo, he's done this to you. He's blown up. He's shot Barbara. He's killed Dick, Diddy, all these things, and now you gotta save him. And why? Why would you do that? I want silence. Hush. Way.
I see what you did there. Solid. Yeah. Nah. I'm gonna be honest with you. I always thought the first Hush was good. It wasn't great. People put it on a pedestal.
Yeah.
But I really like it. It's one I really like. And hearing this come out, I'm like, am I excited for this? I don't know. But seeing all the hype around it and what it's doing for fans is just really fun because, and it's not just here. I'm hearing from all my people that I'm talking to all around the country in different comic book shops and communities, the hype is real. They're like people are going into comic books. We're having a really good year for comics. There's so much good stuff coming from Marvel, so much good stuff coming from DC, and they're
100%.
really bringing life back into the community for fucking once. I swear to God. You know what I mean? And I absolutely love it. You know, some people are saying, "Oh, well, they're running out of ideas." I don't think so. I think this, if they were going to do Hush 2, they had been planning this for a while. I know how it works with these, especially these OGs. You know, the Batman Joker one that Mark Silvestri did a couple years back? He worked on that for years, like almost half a decade, like before they even promoted it. You know what I'm saying? Cause he was doing it all himself, you know, so he's taking his time. So I wouldn't be surprised if this one had been they've been working on it for a couple of years. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Already. But that being said, like I said, there's so much. It's just great to see that vibe and that energy just in a comic book shop. You know what I'm saying? Like person to person, you can get that, but like seeing the crowd, like it feels like a convention where where everyone is in. You know what I mean? Like where all that power and
everybody's involved.
Yeah,
we're excited, and
I love it.
And then luckily here in the Bay, we're getting blessed with Jim Lee coming through.
Exactly.
Like perfect timing.
Right? Yeah.
So, as you can see, I was all excited as I did it. I love the fucking book. I'm glad they came, and I'm glad it's in the regular Batman, so I can go back to reading Batman again. What is this going to be, like 6 issues probably, story arc?
I think so, yeah.
Yo, Tony, get up on it. Dylan, I didn't mean to, actually, both of you guys, I didn't mean to spoil it, but go back and reread it. We're proceeding to read on this show, brother.
Yeah. No, this was definitely one I was already planning on. You know what I'm saying? If you haven't done any Hush content, guys, don't do the movie first. Do the movie last. Because the movie, I feel like, without spoiling the movie, I feel like they were trolling the Hush fans with that movie in like the most perfect way that ended up backfiring. But
so you're talking about the Hush animated movie?
Yes.
Which it was. Wasn't it the Riddler?
Yes. Because the original thing in Hush was people thought that you think it's the Riddler. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So when they made the movie, they made it seem like it was the other guy who's the actual Hush in comics, but they actually made it be the Riddler to kind of like throw people off.
Oh,
so I felt like they were trolling. Yeah.
Okay, so because I never read the original Hush.
Yeah.
All I know of Hush is that anime.
Yeah, no,
in my opinion, it's amazing.
No, it's a good one, but like have you read Hush? You've read Hush since then, though, right?
No.
Oh, definitely put it
on the agenda.
It's definitely like I said, it's a good one. It's a good one. I really like it. It's definitely a quintessential read for comic book fans. You know, there's just those books that like if you want to be a comic book fan, you got to read for street cred. This is one of them.
Okay.
You know
what about you, Tony? Have you read Hush? Did you have a chance to read Hush?
No, I actually did watch the movie years ago. That's an older movie, but this comic really interests me. So,
all right, man. You know what we're gonna do? We're gonna keep it going. We're gonna keep it moving.
And I need that street cred, so I'm gonna read Hush.
You need it.
You gotta get that street cred, especially Mr. Dylan Gray's street cred. That West Coast stamp on that.
I know.
Yeah, dude. You know what? I'm surprised, bro. I know you're a busy man, but maybe one day you can fucking head into. I don't know what part of New York or where you're at, but you got to head into that one. What's that joint out there that's hella famous? Their comic book shop.
We got Forbidden Planet.
There's Forbidden Planet. I've been there, and
Midtown Comics.
Midtown.
And there's a few other ones.
Yeah, next
Forbidden Planet.
Not to cut you off, bro, but next week we're having DJ Lynx, who's a big comic guy, and I think that's his LCS.
Nice.
So we'll have him on. He'll talk. But yeah, dude, one of these days I want to travel out of California, my ghetto ass, and fucking maybe go to a Midtown comic or some big spot in Texas that is known, or do some shit like that. That would be dope. But that would be dope if you would be able to get in there, Tony.
Where?
Like Midtown or something.
Yeah, I'll take you. I know where all those spots are.
Yeah, or like maybe you go in and get some footage for the show. I don't know.
He's trying to put you to work. He's in a very subtle way.
Well,
he's like,
AKA,
right,
get on
bring
your
the
ass.
content,
Go
motherfucker.
and get some content, motherfucker.
Yeah, actually, right now, the interstate that goes into New York from Pennsylvania over here in mid Jersey is shut down both ways because they had mine shafts collapse that were under the actual highway.
Damn.
oh,
Yeah.
man.
So now the reroute takes me almost 3 hours to get.
Yeah,
across the
fuck
George
that.
Washington Bridge.
Yeah. Yeah. Anywho.
But I will. I haven't been
That's
to a
dope
comic-
though, right?
You know, I have to tell you, Cobra, that I have a spot that you should go to that's only 10 hours away driving in
Shit.
Portland, Oregon.
Okay.
There's a spot called Excalibur Comics.
Okay.
And they have, so imagine about the size of the old shop, right? About that size.
Yeah.
And then all the interior is just long boxes. Just long boxes forever. When I
like
say
tables and shit.
just tables and then they have bookshelves on the outside where they have trades and hardcovers and omnis, but you go there for the issues. And when I say I have finished like full runs because of that spot, like it's amazing the shit that they have there. Very reasonably priced too. You like in some cases like cover price on things there. I'm like, oh damn.
Yeah.
And it's just a fun one. I always can find anything, like, because I have so many different collections that I need. But that's a really good one. Also in Portland, there's another spot called is it Cosmic Monkey? Yeah, I think it's Cosmic Monkey. That one's a really chill spot. Very well knowledged people there. Really fun environment. I think they do like a podcast there. I think was that the place they did the podcast? I might be thinking of another store. But they have a really good one. I Love Comics, which is across the river into Washington, but it's right there, which is like 10 minutes away from Portland. But that's a really good comic shop right there too. That's a really nice area, and it wouldn't be too far for you to trek. You know what I mean?
10 hours.
You with Vile Labs too. He's from Portland.
Yeah, and then also I have a friend up there, a long home friend of mine, and he's always like, "When are you bringing your ass to Eugene? When are you going to come up and kick it?" So I can make it a whole like thing to do.
There you go. The only thing I'm going to warn you about the only thing I can warn you about for Portland, Oregon, they have a really good scene as far as food, like every kind of food except no good Mexican food.
Yeah, that's a more of a Bay Area thing. We have it everywhere, and of course LA. But our Bay Area Mexican food, it can't be fucked with, bro.
So I've thought about this because I've traveled a lot in this. So this is what I figured out. The Bay Area, burritos. No one can touch our burritos. Period.
Okay.
LA, no one can touch their tacos.
Okay.
San Diego kills everybody on everything. That's the best, hands down. I was in San Diego, bro. They had a burrito with a taquito in the middle of it. Like we can't even fathom that shit, bro. We can't even fathom that shit here. Are you kidding me? That's what.
Now that's some real shit.
You feel me? You feel me? So that's what I. But yeah, I definitely that's what I've noticed. Like if I just want to go get a couple tacos, there's really not that good spots around here.
A lot of the fucking taco spots, the meat be dried up, bro.
Right?
Yeah.
Like, and that's cool in a burrito, which you got everything else. But like, yeah.
Right now, you know what's hidden for me? There's a market on Monument. It's called La Montoya's. It's a market, but inside it has the taqueria and the pan dulce and everything, right?
Is that the one over by Fashion Town? That one?
No, it's no. It's a little further down, almost by the police station. And bro, their fucking quesadilla tacos right now are motherfucking dumbski fire, bro. Nice. And the portions, It's fresh. They make it right when you order it. But you got to check it out. Like Montoya's, yeah. All
While we're
right,
talking
guys.
about
Fish
food,
tacos.
hold on. While we're talking about food,
Okay.
they just opened Fire Wings down in downtown Concord.
Okay.
Holy
I
shit,
think my son goes there.
bro! That shit slaps.
Uh-huh.
Holy, bro! When I tell, and it's a chain. So you, Tony, you might have some out there. If you ever see a Fire Wings, it's like your basic. Okay, yeah, we got wings, and there's all these different flavors: boneless, sandwiches, whatever, right? Sides. But bro, the garlic fries slap harder.
I like
We're
garlic fries.
talking stadium level garlic fries, bro. All right, and then so many different flavors. I got this one like Peking, which is basically like sweet and sour, and then habanero mango one. Oh my god,
Ooh.
bro! Yeah,
Nice.
I was
Spicy mango.
yeah.
Yeah. They actually sell those at my local ShopRite.
Oh yeah.
Spicy mango, yeah, because they have like a buffet with a bunch of wings. They have teriyaki, garlic parmesan, regular, hot, mild, and just right. And when they're fresh, they slap.
Yes.
How y'all saying over there, bro?
I guess slap is one. Slamming is another. Yeah,
New
slamming,
York always got
slamming.
a different. First of all, New York always the Bay has lingo, but New York always kind of sets a trend for things
Mm-hmm.
when it comes to certain shit, and then it kind of moves over a little bit, like a few, like when they talk about slang.
All slang comes from the Bay Area and New York City. Period. Fucking period. Nothing else. That's where it all comes from. Anywhere else is they're capping, which is a New York slang, by the way. And slap comes from Oakland because you say that song slaps because of the way that it's slapping in the You got 20s. You got 20s in the trunk, 415s slapping. That's what that comes from.
Your meal was good. That shit was slapping, or that shit was smash.
Oh yeah.
You see
Something
some
violent.
big booty, dang, that shit slapping. Bro, you know what it is, brother. And in New York, they be like, they'll have a different term for the shit, like what we say.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So what
they
would
started
you
say less, and I love that. Say less is
say
such
less. We know that's from y'all.
That's a great New York term.
Yeah.
I love that.
So what you say in the East Coast slang would be like, I guess, modern day, like, oh, that tastes very good.
Oh man. I think we took slap.
Yeah.
And slamming was one of the original ones. Slamming.
There you go.
Yeah. But like everything changes over here, because I live in Pennsylvania now, so everybody, my demographic is like older now, so my younger cousins to find out. But
yeah, that's me too. I can't front. I gotta I get new words from my sons.
Yeah, you have to because every week something changes new.
Yeah,
good is bad and bad is good.
I watch a lot of brain rot on fucking YouTube and TikTok, so that's where I'm keeping my finger on the pulse.
That's true. Yeah,
my sister-in-law was talking about shit that her kids were saying. I was like, oh, that means this. Oh, that means this. Oh, that means this. Like, how do you know this? I'm like, it's my job.
I'm on TikTok all the time.
You get an education on TikTok.
I do an education. All right, gentlemen, those are some good books. Some good information from Dylan. You guys can see it's cool to see someone that actually sees Cobra Dad in a daily basis, and you guys think it confirms that I'm an absolute dickhead. And
I thought you jerk off that. Jerk off.
Oh yeah.
Jerk off that.
That this isn't an act. I'm actually an asshole, and but I can be a gentleman from time to time, and when need be.
And when that time comes, we're really excited to see it. Whenever that happens, we haven't seen it yet. No.
Yeah. All right. So let's get into our last and final segment, our favorite segment of the night, Dumbski of the Week, brought to us today by Tony Toy. Let's rock it.
Enjoy. You get to see Cobra Dad.
Hasta con estilo. A ver qué tal.
And of course, it starts late, like every week.
Viene.
I don't know
Hasta
why
con
he does that
estilo.
to us, bro.
Viene.
Oh,
Anyway.
Hasta con estilo.
Oh,
A ver qué tal. Vamos. En ese obstáculo.
Ay,
Oh, impresionante. Vamos a ver. Último obstáculo. Ya le cayó agua. Y vamos. Viene el tiro. Vamos, afición. Bien, 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 bien.
Damn.
I love that.
that's fucked up, bro. Vamos a ver.
That was
So they
good.
actually engaged him and actually flipped him over every time. They fucking
Yeah, bro. And they're kind of telling them what we're gonna do to you while you're doing it.
Amazing.
No one is questioning that. Thank you very much, Diggs.
I think that was in a Mexican football stadium, right?
Yeah, that was probably like a pregame show thing. They pulled
Halftime,
some
some
fool out of
shit.
the crowd.
And he was clearly
told
drunk.
them they told him they give him
Clearly.
1,000 pesos.
They got some
A dollar.
Theo to come up in there, hella drunk. Like, oh,
Yeah,
look at
and you
this
can
guy.
tell he was
Yeah,
faded.
they say we'll give you a burrito with what's the one that they had in there?
With the taquito in the middle.
with the
No?
taquito in the middle. He's like, yes.
He
Bro,
was like,
I do
"What
that.
I-" He
Bro,
was
I
like
do that
this,
1
bro.
second.
You know what
I'd
he
win
said,
that shit
brother.
for that, though. If
You
that
know
was
what
on the
he said.
line,
He said, "Ay, güey." All right.
Another.
Let's get the comment where he
Alright.
fucking talks some more shit. That was an ice training, actually. That was an ice training video.
that makes a lot of sense.
It was the anti-ice. Escape.
Oh my god! All right. We know the spiel. It's kind of generic that we shout out everybody every week. So it's more like you know who you are, you know who you be. We fucks with you. You're doing your thing, so you don't need my show to fucking suck your dick every week. No Diddy. Fucking check out Hoodcast AF wherever podcasts are available. Every week we're the Bad Boys of Action Figures podcast. This week, Tippy Tippy Tap That Weena. And then fucking you got to check out Latin Legions on Sundays. Mr. Dylan Gray, he has his show every morning. Go ahead, plug it up, bro. Plug it like a fucking toilet.
Yeah, 5 a.m. Pacific Standard Time every day. It's called The Morning Routine. Start your day the right way with Mr. Dylan Gray. We talk about, the news. We read Reddit posts. We review different things. And we do animal facts, cat facts, whale facts, even crocodile facts. They're all different segments.
Yeah.
And we have a lot of fun. And we have people from all around the world that come in. It's a really fun community. So if you come check it out. It's the way I have it. Don't worry. A lot of people think because it's a live stream, it's really important that you comment and all that kind of stuff. I make it as a way to a show that you listen to. I'm a yapper. I'll talk all fucking day. So don't get me started. You know what I'm saying? So just put me in your ear while you're starting your day, and I'll help you get there. You know what I'm saying? I'm starting my day too.
You got to say no Diddy after saying something like that.
Yeah.
Put me in your ear is loud. Put me in your ear is loud, bro.
I just want to assume that everything I say is no Diddy. Just everything.
I was gonna say, I
blanket
assume
statement.
that it's okay if I have morning wood to listen to the show, right?
Yeah, no, you wouldn't be the only one.
Right. All right, gentlemen. We had a great time. Thank you to the chat, everybody who's always showing love. If you're watching the replay, hit like, subscribe. We're trying to hit that 100. We're doing this for fun, not for fame. And we're out this motherfucker, bro. Bye.